Hello everyone, thanks for joining me. Dr. James Marcum with another biblical prescription for life. Today we're going to be talking about who needs an Epi Pen in their first aid kit. But before we talk about that, let's go to our biblical prescription. This is from Hosea, a prophet to the northern kingdom of Israel. Hosea 6 verse 1, "Come and let us return to the Lord. For he is torn, but he will heal us. For he is stricken, but he will bind us up too." So that's a wonderful biblical prescription that we can hold with us as we talk about who needs an EpiPen. Well, EpiPens are a way to deliver a shot called adrenaline, epinephrine, the stress chemical in our body. And I used it in the hospital this week. I had a patient that was having a grand mal seizure. They called me because the heart was going too slow. The blood pressure was down. They were having breathing problems. So we injected epinephrine and immediately the heart rate, the blood pressure came up. They began to breathe better. So the epinephrine increases the heart rate, increases the blood pressure, increases breathing. It's usually for emergency stress-like situations. The body's under severe stress. Well, one of the things that can cause severe problems is having this condition called anaphylaxis. Anaphylaxis. And that's when the body responds suddenly with an immune response to some type of stimuli. And you have this reaction, and the body, you can't breathe well, the blood pressure goes down, it's life-threatening. Some people that have this, people that have allergies to peanuts, they can have these allergic reactions. Bees and insects and snakes, some people have allergic reactions to those. Some people even have it to seafood, especially I've seen it with people that eat shrimp. They have these anaphylactic reactions where the body just responds with this immune reaction and it's life-threatening. Some people that have had medications or stimuli in the past that's had a mild reaction can have a severe reaction the second time they're exposed. So anytime you've been exposed to something and had a mild reaction, be super careful on re-exposure. So some people, these reactions are so severe, especially peanuts and bees, that people need to carry these epinephrine pens with them. Because what if an insect, a bee, would bite you? Or what if you accidentally get some peanuts that cause an adverse reaction if you have this type of allergy? So they have come up with these epinephrine pens. In Canada, you can get it over the counter. In the United States, you usually need a prescription. But this is what it looks like, and people can give it to themselves right away. And this will help with swelling in the airway. So this is what it looks like, the Epi Pen. And on this end, they have a needle. You can see a hole right there. And on this end is a blue cap where you take it out and it activates it. Well, when you've been exposed to something or a person's been exposed and it's dangerous, what they do, and they give it a little of how to do it, and it says, 1, remove the blue safety cap by pulling straight up. So we'd pull this up. I won't do this because I don't want to activate this. The next thing you do would be hold it like this, and you swing the arm firmly, and you try to press it into the lateral thigh. There's a muscle there called a vastus lateralis. I'm going to stand up and show you what to do. So you would take the blue cap off, you would hold it in your hand, and you'd swing it in your arm to this part right in here, and it can actually go through the clothes if needed, and it would go in your muscle. You would hold it there for at least 3 seconds, 1001, 1002, 1003. The swinging mechanism pushes the medicine and the needle into your thigh, hold it there for 3 seconds, and the medicine would go out into your body. Some other YouTube videos that will show you how to do that as well. You can learn a lot just by reading it, and it tells you on the black lot there when it would expire, that would tell you expire, usually lasts about a year. There's also an area here that you can see if it's cloudy. If it's cloudy, then that means it's not good or the medicine has been used. Mine is clear. So that's sort of basically how you use an EpiPen. You usually have in packs of 2 because if the first dose doesn't work, doesn't relieve the symptoms, you're still short of breath having the reactions. They usually wait 5 to 10 minutes and then repeat it. And then you repeat it. And afterwards, what do? Well, after you've had the allergic reaction and given yourself this, if you've never done it before, you probably need to go to the emergency room or see your doctor just to make sure you don't have an adverse reaction to the epinephrine that's been given. But this is a life-saving treatment for many people that have allergies, especially to peanuts and bees and other substances, or someone that's had a mild reaction to something in the past and they're concerned about a secondary exposure causing a severe reaction. Other questions, how do I store it? Well, you don't put it, you just keep it at room temperature. Some people accidentally have an adverse reaction, but the people that get in trouble with are the people that swing it this way and accidentally inject their finger. And that's not a good thing. Remember, the needle is on this end. The activation blue, you pull that off, it activates at that. So another question is, what happens if you accidentally pull off the cap? Well, it's activated, but you can sort of deactivate it as long as you don't swing it and push this down against a substance which would release the medications. You can put the blue cap back on. And usually when you get this prescription, it has some training modules that you can practice with. Practice taking the top off, the swinging mechanism to the leg, hold it for 3 seconds, let the medicine come out. It gives you some practice on that because you want to deliver it safely since this is such an important medical intervention that some people might use. And hopefully it's just in insurance. So that's how to use an EpiPen, when to use it, who might need it. So you might need it if you're around people that have had anaphylactic reaction, or your parent or grandparent and know somebody that's at high risk. You might benefit from carrying an EpiPen with you. It has been a life changer. It costs differing amounts. Usually in the United States, it's about $35. It varies from place to place, but it's something that you need to know about. Some people need to carry it, especially if they're at risk, as we've talked about. But the ones I hear most are allergies to peanuts, allergies to bee insect bites. Those are the ones that you never know when that might happen. So you want to have this with you to protect the airway. You might have to give, again, 2 doses. If the first dose doesn't work, wait about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, give another dose. After you've received the doses, if you've never done this before, you definitely want to talk to your doctor or go to the emergency room. So that's who needs an EpiPen. And now those are the people that might benefit from the first aid kit. So this helps you reverse a terrible allergic reaction, a terrible response, a medical response it's a medical response to bodies that respond this way. And this condition is called anaphylaxis, usually in response to some stimuli that triggers the body to do this. It's an allergic or immune type reaction. But one thing I want to focus us back on again is this text in Hosea. So we know about physical bad reactions. We talked about that, but some people are in spiritually bad situations. Well, what's the treatment for that? Hosea says the treatment for that is not an EpiPen, but the treatment for that is, come, let us return to the Lord. That's the way we improve us if we have a spiritual bad condition. Come, let us return to the Lord. We can do that by prayer, reading the Bible, coming to Him in worship. Come, return to the Lord, for He has us torn, and He will heal us. another promise, a biblical prescription, a biblical guarantee of God's grace. He gives us something that we don't deserve, and that's healing from our bad spiritual condition. So just like an Epi Pen us from a physical ailment, coming to God, returning to the Lord, He will heal our spiritual conditions. So I hope that helped you today to know a little bit more about when to use this epinephrine pen. There's instructions on it, tells you how to use it. If this is an auto-injector, this dose happens to be 0.3 milligrams, but there's other doses as well. This is something that's useful to know about it, know how to use it, to know when to use it. So I'm Dr. James Marcum, leaving you with another biblical prescription for life. If you're still interested in learning about some of the pandemic-related issues related to the vaccine, go to our Rumble channel. And I would encourage you, if you want to worship even more on your telephone, you can download our biblical prescription app. This is what it looks like, and it can give you a few minutes of spiritual encouragement and some organized worship each day that you can carry with you to help your spiritual health as well. So share this with your friends and neighbors, and I hope to be back very soon with yet another biblical prescription for life.